Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. After the obligatory crash on the gong, we conclude our series of Schoenberg videos. My most popular video series yet. Yeah, okay, right. I know. Anyway, 3 Schoenberg videos isn't bad. There's really quite a bit here, and I do enjoy the music. I mean, when I'm in the mood, it's really nifty. It's challenging, and it does seem constantly new and fresh, probably because with the dodecaphonic stuff, it's almost impossible to remember any of it as soon as you've heard it. So I guess that's a good thing. It's kind of like, I don't know, my great-grandmother who's 107 and is dating, she's dating a guy with Alzheimer's, and as she always says, well, each date is like the first because he doesn't remember the last one. Well, listening to Schoenberg is kind of like that. Something to look forward to in your later years. Anyway, but to get back to the seriousness of it, because Schoenberg was always serious, we have his piano concerto with Alfred Brendel, who did it twice. The first time on this disc with Zvi Zeitlin playing the violin concerto and Kubelik and the Bavarian radio. And this issue actually also includes the Berg violin concerto with Henrik Schering, which is quite fine. However, Brendel did it again with Michael Gielen and the SWF Symphony Orchestra Baden-Baden for Phillips. This is DG, along with the 2 chamber symphonies, which are actually very nice to have together. And so, it's your choice. I have both of them, and I choose Uchida with Cleveland and Boulez. So there you go. The piano concerto is really a good piece. It's no Schoenberg is easy, but it's rewarding, this piece. It's emotionally affecting, and really, really quite beautiful in places. I conventionally beautiful. I mean, nice to listen to, beautiful. I really like it. Then we have, let's see, Gurre-Lieder. I keep trying with Gurre-Lieder. I've got a million Gurre-Lieders, but it still doesn't always click with me. I can't help it. It's me. It's me. I confess it's me. Anyway, but this has some amazing singing. This was the old Vox recording with the Danish radio symphony and concert orchestras and the Danish radio chorus under Janos Ferencik. It's a little bit on the sleepy side, but oh, what a great cast. My goodness. Martina Arroyo is Tova. Alexander Young is Valdemar. Janet Baker is the Wood Dove. Wow, baby. I mean, you got to have it for the singing alone. Arroyo is fabulous. She was such an amazing singer and under-recorded and underappreciated. And you also get the Suite for Strings with Norman Del Mar on the Royal Philharmonic. So this is really a nice EMI twofer, which probably no longer exists. But wow, I mean, if you're a Schoenbergian and a singing person, you want to have that. You really do. I enjoyed it back on Vox with its grotty pressing and lousy sound. It cleaned up rather nicely on CD, by the way. Then we've got Verklärte Nacht with Stokowski. I mean, you've got to have Verklärte Nacht with Stokowski. It's lush and yummy and delicious. And this comes with the Planets, a very strange Planets with the Los Angeles Philharmonic, as it turns out. The Verklärte Nacht is just with the Stokowski Symphony Orchestra, which was, whoever he could, lure off the street to play, and he made them sound wonderful. But this Planets is it sounds like a band piece. It's fascinating. Stokowski is usually all lush strings, but the Planets is not. The Planets is cool, and it doesn't really have any lush strings, except maybe the big tune in Jupiter. And this performance really is entirely focused on the winds and the brass. It's and some, added percussion, and, it's Stokowski fiddles. Very, very odd. Interesting. Oh, look, another Gurre-Lieder, just what I needed. This is the Chailly. Big, bold, rather glary digital recording in my view, but it was wildly acclaimed when it came out. It's got Siegfried Jerusalem, Susan Dunn, Brigitte Fassbender, and other people. Hans Hotter is the Sprecher, the great Wagnerian singer. And it's with the Deutsche Symphony Orchestra Berlin. You also get Chamber Symphony No. 1 and Verklärte Nacht. So, I mean, that's all nice to have. The Verklärte Nacht is half an hour long. It's a little bit droopy. Who's complaining? So there's more Gurre-Lieders if you need them. The Mahler Piano Quartet and the Schoenberg String Quartet in D, String Trio, Opus 45, and Fantasy for Violin. Okay, with the Prajak Quartet. Yes, that's why I have this. And Vlastimil piano, and Sachiko Kayahara piano on Praga. I got those because you get the Schoenberg string trio, which is virtually unlistenable, and the Fantasy for violin and piano, which is even more unlistenable. Oh my God, is that brutal? Then we've got, the Simon Rattle Second Viennese disc, which immediately was reissued at budget price. Yeah, you surprised? No, the Schoenberg 5 pieces, Webern 6 pieces, Berg Suite from Lulu. It's really a good record, actually. You know, Rattle did that stuff well. He did. And you really couldn't tell if he didn't do it well. No, actually, you can. You can tell if it's bad. And it's not bad. Then we've got, let's see, what's this? The String Quartet Concerto, which we've talked about before, with Fred Sherry, which appears on another Schoenberg, I think one of the Koch ones with Kraft. So it's coupled differently. The Suite for Piano, Opus 25, The Song of the Wood Dove in the chamber music arrangement with Jennifer Lane, The Book of the Hanging Gardens, and a 6-minute conversation with Arnold Schoenberg himself on Naxos. Actually, quite an interesting disc with highly varied repertoire and stuff. And then we have here, what is this now? Oh, Von Heute auf Morgen, his one-act opera. Can't have too many of those. With From Today to Tomorrow, yeah, with Michael Gielan on CPO, with the Frankfurt Radio Symphony and a bunch of singers. Oh, you may have heard of Christine Whittlesley. She's well known. You know, she's sort of known. And anybody else? Well, not so much. Okay. What's this sucker? A Survivor from Warsaw, the accompaniment to a cinematographic scene, Herzgewächse, and the Serenade. Simon Callow is the narrator with the London Symphony and Robert Kraft. And Elizabeth Holsa, soprano, and Stephen Varco, baritone. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Oh, the 5 pieces for orchestra. That's on here, too. These Schoenberg collections that Robert Kraft did for Koch and Naxos as well were really, really interesting. I mean, they show you a range of the composer's work and a range of styles. And so they were wonderful little concerts all by themselves. And I enjoy them. In fact, I have them all here. Here's the rest of them, or most of them. This one is the 4 orchestral songs and the variations for orchestra and some of those usual Bach transcriptions. That's volume 3 is this one. I don't know what volumes these were. Some of them have volume numbers, some of them don't. This is volume 6. You get Erwartung with Anja Cilia, who was like the Erwartung lady. She did a great one with Vienna Phil and Dochnani. And also Verklärte Nacht in the string orchestra version. So these are good to have. You can't have too many Anja Cilia Erwartungs, can you? Then we've got, this is volume 7 with the cello concerto again with Fred Sherry and Chamber Symphony No. 2 and the piano concerto with with Christopher Oldfather, sorry. And Mark Beasley is the bass in Die Glückliche Hand. There's that one. And I think I've had some of the other ones before because I know I had this complete series. Volume 5, Pierrot Lunaire with Anja Cilia, who did it more than once, and a chamber ensemble, and Peleus and Melisande with the London Philharmonia. The London Philharmonia? It's the Philharmonia, isn't it? Who knows? The London Philharmonic, whatever. There's a typo in there somewhere. And we've got the Schoenberg piano quartet with Brahms and all that stuff that he did a few times. Is this with the London Philharmonia? It says. I guess it's the Philharmonia. I don't know. I give up. And the violin concerto with Rolf Schulte. This is a really good performance of the violin concerto. It's the piece that sort of turned me on to the work, that was my breakthrough experience in the Schoenberg violin concerto. But once I broke through, it unbroke through. The next time I heard it, it made no sense to me at all. Go figure. At least I know a breakthrough is possible. Then we've got Gurre-Lieder. Yeah, with Ozawa. The Ozawa Gurre-Lieder. Twice. This is just the Ozawa Gurre-Lieder. It's in the Philips 50. This is the reference recording, by the way, we just talked about for Gurre-Lieder. The Ozawa Boston Symphony. Jesse Norman, James McCracken, Tatiana Troyanos, Werner Klemperer. Yeah, there's that one. And it's also on this Philips duo with the 2 chamber symphonies with the Frankfurt Radio Symphony under Eliyahu Inbal. So this was a better deal. That's why I hung on to it, because it has the chamber symphonies. Now I have how many recordings of that Gurre-Lieder, the Ozawa? Well, at least 3 or 4. Oh well, can't have too many, can you? So there you have it, my friends, the end of our Schoenberg experience. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep on listening.